Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I am on to share with you the bits and pieces that I've gathered thus far to do my design team project for Whichcraft Do You Do. I was going to say for November, but we'll see if I can get it all done in November. So what I did this time was printed from a number of different kits. I have a journal that I have been collecting for ages. Should have been done ages ago, as always. Meant to be doing my son's journal too, years ago. But he has suggested that I do this one before I do his. So I thought I will make it my design team project for this month, and then it might actually get done. So I've printed out some bits from the Layered Embellishment Mega Kit, and that is here. So I've grabbed some of the tags and tag backgrounds. Now I'm not sure yet exactly which bits I'm going to use, and I didn't print out the full kits of any of these. I just printed out the bits that I thought might go. So some really nice large tag bases. And some backgrounds for journaling cards or whatever. And then you get all these bits in the kit as well, so the decorative elements. So I was looking mainly at these specimen labels, and that I thought might go nice with what I'm doing. They also have this page, love the butterflies, and again the specimen bits and all the other labels. And then we've got little mushroom specimens and note cards and words there. Some more bits with mushrooms and that on. There's a whole heap more in this kit, obviously, because it's a mega kit. But I did just pick the bits for the theme that I'm doing. I also printed out the specimen tray collection set one. I printed out some of that. So I've got these background pieces and then the windowed pieces. Just like the grungy look of that. And then you get all of these bugs as well. Not sure if I'll be using them, but I might use a few. And I thought if I don't use them for this project, they're awesome little bits that can go away for other projects when I need just that little piece that I haven't already got. Some more of the specimen trays. Yeah, they're looking awesome for what I want. Now, with all of these, I printed them on photo matte paper, but I did them with a normal setting. So they're not as bright and clear as they would be if I printed them with the photo matte setting. But that is what I wanted, and it prints a lot quicker and saves a bit on ink. So it just depends on the project I'm doing and how bright and that I want everything to how I print it. These are from the Plants Collection Set 1. So it would be nice to have some botanicals to mix with my theme. So I've got the stamps there. And there's these sort of envelopes and pockets as well, which I really like the look of. This will make more sense when you see the theme, which probably won't be the most popular theme, but I am going to have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I thought these are great because we've got our botanical there and there's a lot of room there for writing, stamping, or to add a picture. So I'll probably end up adding a picture to some of those envelopes. So that are the little, they're all sort of like my embellishment kits that or pages that I've printed out from those kits. Now I've got this National Dictionary cover. I like the width of the spine, nice and chunky. So I'll be able to fit a few pages in. So I've just gutted that ready to go. It's got a bit of a stab there, but that's all right because we'll be covering that. And I hunted through, I thought it would be good to use up some of my boring upholstery fabric. So this is lovely though. It feels lovely and nice and tough. And it's a nice neutral colour, and I've got stacks of it. So that'll be perfect for the cover. So I'll be covering my cover with that. I think that'll be a lovely base colour to add a topper to. And then I've got my folder of goodies. So there are some other kit pieces in here that I'll show you first. So for some of the pages, I printed out the Collage Tear Pages Set 3 and the Grunge Book Covers and Pages Set 1. Because I really love the patterns and the colours and the grunginess of these. Now, I've got to try and remember which one's which. I hope I haven't turned, I might have turned some of them over too. Anyway, the Collage Tear Papers were more, or pages were more like this sort of one. And the Grunge Book Covers were more of your plain, and pages were more of your plainer ones, I think. And were they a bit smaller? No. But yeah, you'll be able to see if you go on and have a look. I had it also organised too, but I've just finished in the garden, now I'm brain dead. But I'd say that's the Grunge Book Cover and Pages, and that's the Collage Tear Pages. But I love them, aren't they awesome? And so I did print out once one of the sets and then turned over and printed the pages that I wanted out of the other set. I didn't print all the pages out of them. And that just gave me these fully coloured and covered pages ready to go. And I love these. Love that one too. Beautiful pages. Now, it's sort of got lines in it. I do find with my EcoTank at the moment that if I print it in photomat settings, it comes out fine. But if I print it with normal settings, it does give me the lines. So I'll do some alignment and head cleaning stuff and see if that helps. But I actually quite like the way it looks on that, so I didn't bother changing that. So yeah, I did do the grunge. That's probably how I'll tell. The grunge papers didn't have any lines in them because I did them in the photomat settings to get rid of the lines. You see, I can't, oh yeah, I can see the lines real faint in the back of this one as well, and that one. Yeah. So they are the digitals that I am using. There's a whole stack there. I will list them down below in case there's one you want to go and check out. So you can click on the links. I've also got some of my M-book pages. I'm going to hunt for some more of those. And at the moment, I am currently waiting for some of my dyed pages to dry. So I've done some tea dyed ones, and I've done some tea dyed with acrylic ones. So we'll see what comes out of that and whether they'll go with these. So that will be my pages, other than, now my theme is pretty obvious here, frog. I'm doing a frog journal. Now if you watched my last video, I did make some little leather dangles, tags, labels, whatever you want to call them, and they were heaps of fun, and I did do a frog one, so we'll probably be putting him in here somewhere. And I sat down and organised this last night because I've been collecting from books for a while. Now, the majority, if not all, of these pictures have come out of books that I've got out of the bin. So recycled books from the bin. Grab the pages that I want. So we'll have a quick look. I thought, because most of my projects I've been doing lately have been lots of little embellishments and that, I thought for this month I might just come on and do some craft with me and making of journal together, just for something a bit different. So I thought this video would be good just to show you the bits that I've collected to get ready. So I've folded some of the bigger pages in half. Isn't that cool? And mind you, I have a lot more frog pictures than what's in here, but I just grabbed the ones that I thought are good for this journal. So I'll decide whether they go or not. Got some illustration pages. So I've folded a stack of them up to use as pages. There's some here that I'm debating on for your middle pages as well. I love that. And some double pages. So I'll definitely be adding some more junky bits to this. So I've got all of this, which is all your bigger pages that I've got to figure out what I want to use out of that. And my folded pages. And then I've got a section which is big pictures that I can use for pockets or journal cards and that sort of thing. And then I've got, this is a book, The Story of the Dancing Frog. And it's got pictures of this little frog all the way through it. And I just think it's hilarious. So I'm going to put him around the place in the journal, maybe hide him in a few areas. So I've got all the pages ready and I'll probably just punch him out or cut him out and hide him around. I think that'll add a bit of humour to it. Also got illustrations. Now, I had a funny feeling that I had a whole lot of fairy tale ones somewhere too. I do have a stack of illustrations there. I'll have to see what else is around the place, but you find things as you go, don't you? You sort of have your base lot sorted, and then you discover stuff as you're wandering around and cleaning up. So I've got a lot of illustrations, and I've got your smaller frog pictures. It's going to be full of frogs. That's why I thought I might have a few bugs and mushrooms just to break up the frogs. Yeah. And then ones that I can fussy cut and add to tags and envelopes and that. And then these ones I've specifically grabbed because I think they'll make cool pockets that I want to do things with. Then at the back I've just got like information, dictionary pages, that sort of thing, and words or little bits that I cut out of pages. And that is it. So that's what I've organised thus far. So I want to start getting my pages ready, and I need to measure what size I want my pages. So I've just got a piece of paper to write it on because I always forget. So the height of my pages, and now I usually do it in centimetres because that's what I'm used to working in, but then I realise I need it in inches for my cutter, so it's a bit of a dilemma there. So I usually make the pages about the same height as the backing page here, leaving those couple of millimetres. So if we can go 8.5. No, sorry, 8 1/4 it is. I often measure wrong and then wonder why things are a lot bigger than they're meant to be. So 8 1/4 height. And then I measure how big we want a page to be across here. So we're looking at about 5 inches will do there. And I'll leave this gap here especially. And I take it just in from where it sort of closes there, the cover. So that's 5 inches. So 5 inches width. And then if you double that, that's 10 to know how big a folded page is when you open it up. So I'll just put that in brackets. So now it's time to gather some pages. So I did show you a lot of the pages that I've already found for it. I have finished with my dyeing of paper for now. So these are the ones I did with tea and acrylics, and I love the way they came out. So I've got a stack of those to choose from. I did a bit of pattern making with some bubble wrap. This one's got the lines on it from your cake rack, or cooling rack, I suppose you'd call it. And then I did some with my pizza pan as well. So lots of the green ones, and then I did a whole lot in just plain tea dye as well. So I'm not sure what I want or whether I want to mix them up. So lots to choose from there. I just found a couple of pages. I was putting away a group of papers that I have. I think my mum might have done some of these. They're nice and green, so I'm going to put them to the side as well in case I want to use them at some stage. Isn't that cool? Then I've had this. I keep a lot of these sort of pages for collaging and tag backgrounds and that, so I quite like the look of that, so I'm putting that to the side in case I want to use it. And what I think I want to do, I think some of my pages aren't going to be quite the height that we want, which doesn't matter because you can put them in at different sizes and all that as well. But I think my start pages for my signature especially, I want to be the right height. So I might go through and see what end book pages I have, and some of them might be just the right height, or I can cut them to the right height because some of them are extra big. So I've just grabbed out my green and my brown ones for now. So we'll have a look what we've got and put some aside for our projects. So I take these out of the books at every opportunity, if you don't already know that. So I quite like the mustard ones for embellishments. That's a nice colour too. I always grab way too much stuff and then whittle it down as I go. As my journal starts taking form of some sort, I have a better idea of what I will and won't use. See, these are quite nice, big pages. So I'll put one aside because once that's folded over, it might be the right size. What we can do is do these ones and then see if some of the smaller ones will fit. So we want 10 inches by 8 1/4. And it's usually the ends that are the most beaten up, so I usually take them off if I need to take bits off. So let's go to the 10. And then we want 8 1/4 height, which is about there. So that's the size that we want our pages pretty well. I'm going to fold this and just double check up against my cover. Sometimes these pages can be a bit brittle too, so in that case I either put them aside to use for embellishments, or you can reinforce them with some paper or washi or something. So if we bring that up and check, we can see that's going to fit quite nicely there. So that's what size we will do them. See how our dyed pages are going to fit. Oh, I don't need to cut them down at all that way. Perfect. So it's just cutting them to the 10. That is awesome. So let's have a look. I love that one. Whatever we don't use in this project, I put away for future projects. I might do that in halves. So I'll keep all the offcuts. We can make all sorts with those. There's that group of pages. Then we've got our normal tea dye, which I'm not sure if I will use in this. We'll see how we go. Because we might have enough pages with what we've got already. So I'll just put my pages to the side. We can start folding these up now. Now I'm just thinking we will be covering the cover piece a fair bit, so maybe we'll put the writing on the piece we're going to put some embellishment on. Now they're used pages, so there will be marks and that sort of thing, but I try not to worry about that because I really like recycling the book pieces. So they're possible signature covers. Yeah, because I'd say the digitals, because I have to cut a little border off around the page, they won't quite be this size. So having the cover of the signatures the right size hides the fact that all the pages within will be all over the place, which is cool. I mean, it adds interest to your journals anyway. So now it's time to fold these the way we want them. So what I might do now is just go through some of the other pages we've got here and grab a few more of the darker colours and the colours that we don't already have, and cut them down and fold them so that they're ready to go in as pages as well. So next I have the kit pages here. I've cut the border off around them so they're ready to go, and they're just a little bit shorter than the height I'm making the bigger pages. So you can always add a bit of paper or some trim on those pages or whatever, or you can just embrace the fact they're not going to be the same height. So I'm going to do that. So let's see if we can cut through this whole pile, because they are still just a little bit long. I could leave some long and then fold over some flappy bits. How long are they? No, there's really not enough length to do that. So I'm just going to go to the 10. And see if we can... Probably should have gone a little bit thinner, but it worked. We've got all these awesome offcuts that we can use. So we could even stick some of them onto the bottom to make it longer, but as I said, I probably won't worry too much. We can do that when we're embellishing if we want to. So I have also gone and got ready... This is the stack I've got so far. I'm going to have way too many pages, I can tell you that, but that's all right. Gives us options, and what's left over can go away for other journals. So I also cut some of the baking paper that I dried my acrylic papers on. I love using this in my journals rather than wasting it. And I cut the shorter pages and that. I also left some of those with the rough edges because I like the way it looks. Love that page. And then we've got all of our green acrylic dyed pages and our cover pages there. So definitely getting a good stack. So now we've got to fold these. It's just a dilemma knowing which way I want to fold them, but I suppose I can always unfold them and fold them again if I need to. So now we've got that pile of pages ready to go. So now it's hard to know with these what I want. This one can go anywhere in the journal, so we just need to cut this one down. So again, we know we want, it's folded over, so it was 10 if it's open and 5 if it's folded over. So we want that 5 inches. Just seeing how much it's going to cut off of our pictures. If we do it at the 5, a bit, but let's just go for it. Now, do we even want those pictures? No, I'm not too fussed about those pictures anyway. We just want the frog ones, and we'll probably cover these over with something. So that works out fine. And then we want it the 8 1/4, which is just there. So I might take it off there, turn it around and take a little bit of the other side off as well.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see from up here.
So I've got this pile of pages ready to go, so let's get some signatures together. So I'll sort out all the different bits into piles. So they're all random. And that's that. And these were the bits I was thinking of using as signature covers. So I'll probably just speed this up and put some music on and see you at the end of it. So that is our 5 signatures for now. As you can see, this one I'm going to fold over, so I purposely left that long. But this one, I have no idea what happened there. So I'm going to cut that down. And so they might not stay the way I've done them. As I go through and add things, I might decide to change some of the pages around. So they won't get sewn in yet, but I love them. I love these grungy papers from Whichcraft Do You Do. They're going to be beautiful in here. So yes, I used the middle pages that we chose before. A couple of the Whichcraft Do You Do papers in an inch signature. I think there might be one I forgot to put a second in. My tea-dyed papers, baking paper, some book page, and the end papers. And that is plenty of pages. It's almost too many, but I think it's going to work. I'd like a lot of room in this one for the recipient to be able to write and add their own bits and pieces. And when I stick it into the cover, you can see that they fit height-wise fine. And that they're going to fit that way once I bend this over and cut that other long piece. And it gives me room. I'm going to do a hidden spine, so it gives me a bit of room there as well to do that with, hopefully. Should be just right, I think. So that is it for today's video, I think. That's going to be plenty long enough. So I will get bits and pieces together and then come back and do another video with you soon to see where we're up to. So take care of yourself. Check out the links below to all the different kits that I'm using for this. I'm using a number of them. So, and there's also a link to Whichcraft Do You Do's shop. And don't forget, if you use the code NAT2023, you can get 15% off of any digital product at Whichcraft Do You Do. So do make sure you make the most of that. So be good, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.